I got in a kind of an embarrassing situation today. You know when you tell somebody a story and then a week later you tell them the story again because you forgot? And by this time you've added a bunch of lies to it? Very embarrassing. I'm even worse than that. Like once I was telling this guy this story about something that happened to me, but it didn't really happen to me. It happened to somebody else, like a friend of mine, and I was lying and I was saying it was me. And all of a sudden I realized that I was talking to the guy that it happened to. Last night I was walking home and I saw this guy in front of my building and he was beating the crap out of some guy, just laying him out. And all of a sudden he stopped and he looked at me. And you know what he said? He said, "Do you know what time it is?" This guy's asked me the time and I knew, but I didn't really want to tell him, you know? Because he's beating the crap out of this guy. But then I thought maybe he's beating the crap out of him because he wouldn't tell him what time it is, so. So I told him, but I was off by about 5 minutes, you know. I don't fight crime, but I do disorient criminals whenever I have a chance. Don't mess with me, I'll throw you way off schedule. You'll be late for your next mugging. I am Slow Watchman. This guy asked me the time once, and it was one of these situations. I was at a party. You know when you're in a place where you just don't know anybody and everybody's talking, and you're just kind of left standing there going, So you do something to cover for you. You look at your watch. Then you put your arm down. Somebody asks you what time it is. You have no idea whatsoever. Oh, I didn't read it. I just looked at it. Just checking to see what kind of watch I have. Oh, a Casio. Well, I'll check the time later. I spent too much energy on one trip to my watch. I'd like to do some impressions for you. This first one is my impression of a kidnapper calling a woman for a date. This is a kidnapper calling a woman for a date.
Hello, Lisa? You want to go to a movie? All right, 10 o'clock. Meet me at the theater, and no cops!
Thank you. All right. Now this is my impression of a superhero being propositioned by a hooker. This is a superhero. Some guy in red boots and a cape standing on 42nd Street. Hooker walks up to him and says, "Hey, babe, we can have a real good time." And he says, "No. However, if you're in danger, I will save you." I have a motorcycle. That's how I get around the city. I have a Honda. A lot of people don't like Japanese bikes. Like once I was at a red light and a guy on a Harley pulled up next to me. And he goes, "Hey, man, why'd you buy that rice-burning Jap bike?" You know, so I looked at him and I said, I don't know why people are so xenophobic. I like the variety, you know? Like in New York, you have all these diverse, you know, cultures. Like, I like going to Italian festivals. The Italians put on, like, the San Gennaro Festival, these things where you walk down the street and you eat and puke like a Roman for a whole day, you know? You try to win a stuffed animal for an hour and a half. I was at the San Gennaro Festival and I won 2 big stuffed dogs, gigantic stuffed dogs. And I wasn't with anybody, so I was just walking around. These big stuffed dogs. And I realized that when you do that, everybody looks at you like you're the hero of the whole place, you know? They're going, "Jesus, look at that guy! Those dogs are huge! He's the best!" I'm like, "Yes, look at my dogs and fear me! I am powerful! This is the booty of my victory against the clown with a balloon on his head! I squirted him in the mouth and the balloon burst because he was weak!